There we go. Live, 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 live. Mic check. Hello. Can you guys hear me good? Hopefully so. Yes. May no, maybe. Blah blah blah. I'm just waiting for someone to say we're good, but I'm assuming we're good. So hey guys, good afternoon, good morning to some. To tech news that Jerome Ortega finds interesting, episode 45. 45. Today is Wednesday, March 25th. Um, Today is lockdown day number 5. It's been I'm already pretty stir crazy, cabin fever kind of feeling. It's tough being home all day. It really is. Uh, in the mornings, I go out early to go for a walk to just try to, do something different. But I need to get out of this place, man. And it doesn't look like we're going to for a while. It doesn't really. Um, I don't know. Things just seem to be getting worse, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see. So, actually, before I start today, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about a video. So, in yesterday's stream, I talked about misinformation, right? I talked about misinformation and how important it is to be um, when you're in a position of power, or anybody really who's influencing. It's important that we provide accurate information. It really is. And it's funny because I clipped a video yesterday, and it was about misinformation, and it was about somebody who ingested chloroquine, right? And died from it. And his wife was also in critical condition afterwards. And what they ended up ingesting was something called chloroquine that was used in fish tanks, or a fish tank additive. Um, Same name. So here's the thing. Let me share my screen real quick here. Oh shit. Okay, here, share screen. Okay, sharing. So here's the video that I cut, right? And what I titled it is "Man Dies After Taking Chloroquine in Hopes to Cure Coronavirus," which is true. And then I called it "The Problem with Misinformation." And so this video talked about how Trump had tweeted about chloroquine and about how using it could be a cure for coronavirus, but is not yet clear that that's the cure. If it is the cure, that's great. However, they end up doing it. And so what ended up happening is somebody saw chloroquine, right, labeled on their fish tank additive, took it and died. His wife, critical condition, right? And so the story that I put together, the story that I put here was this doesn't just lie in the coronavirus, right? When I talk about misinformation, I talk about people who are just saying things to form a narrative, right? To either get their story or point across. And I don't think that's the proper way of doing it, right? I think accurate information is important. And so like the comments here came in pretty strong, right? And so a lot of them is Donald Trump stuff, whatever. I wasn't here to bash on Trump. I was here to talk about people who are in positions of power and how important it is that whatever that they're talking about is accurate and true. And when you talk about something like this, that's very, oh shit, I forgot to put my Apple Watch on. Damn it. It's like recording my stuff. Okay. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I gotta find my watch. Hold on. I'm gonna start this part over. Give me 1 second. God damn it. All right. We're doing it live, so give me a second here. Unmuted. Start cam. Okay, hold on. Let me start this shit over. Let me go through chat real quick. Brian says, "Have you tried a prisoner style workout?" I don't think I have. If you have a link for that, let me know. Okay, so let me start this over. So again, I I streamed something yesterday talking about misinformation and how important it is that people who are influencers or people who are in positions of power that they provide accurate information. This story that I talked about yesterday was about a couple who took chloroquine because Trump was talking about hydroxychloroquine, and they ended up ingesting like a fish tank additive. The man died, the woman ended up in critical condition. And this whole article was about, again, them taking something that they weren't supposed to take, but they took it because of panic. And I kind of got roasted when I clipped this video, right? Because these guys were talking about, and I haven't really read through these comments here. Fish tank cleaner. He did not take what was tweeted. He took something wildly different, right? As with all medication for pathogens, you need the right method of uptake and dose. Drinking fish tank cleaner is not it. I completely agree. I think there was one here that was, you speak about misinformation, but the irony is that you are spreading misinformation. I didn't spread. Okay, let's just read through this. Don't just read headlines of the stories, read the actual Gizmodo article, which I did. The man who died, although tragic, died taking fish tank cleaner. As the article states, the man took chloroquine phosphate, a treatment for parasite infestations in aquariums. You're absolutely right. It is imperative now more than ever that we provide real info because the media does not care about facts. It's about making President Trump look as bad as possible. So that's not what I was trying to do here. I was talking about, again, people in positions of power who need to make sure that information is accurate. The man digested fish tank cleaner, and you, along with the mainstream media, is blaming the president. Here's the thing. This person who took this additive, this fish tank cleaner additive, took it because Trump was talking about hydroxychloroquine, right? That's the reason he took it. He didn't take it because he just thought, I'm going to just take fish tank additive for the fuck of it, right? That's not why he took it. He took it because I don't know if he had coronavirus. I'm assuming so, or his wife, and they thought this was the cure. When people are in a state of panic, when people are, again, they're hoarding toilet paper, guys, like they're hoarding ammo, and it's just people are going crazy. It's just a weird time. And it's like people are in like a state of panic and they don't know what to do. And again, I think more than ever, it's important that people are very accurate with what they're talking about, or at least saying, hey, go to your doctor first, whatever. I get it. And I said this yesterday. Some people are not, how can I put it? People are quick to act when they're in panic. And that's why you have people just going out and kind of going crazy with stuff. People are fighting over things. But some people just don't pick things up as quickly as others. And again, that's why, like, I think it's really important during this time that, again, I'm talking about being good humans. And it's just, that's all I'm really just trying to bring out here. That was the whole point. Misinformation on this, yes, is a huge topic, but this goes with a lot of other things. There's just so many things that are going on where misinformation is spread everywhere. That's it. That's all I wanted to point out. So yeah, he took fish tank additive, right? Yes. Should he have taken it? No. But again, what if somebody just found the proper chemical, right, of this hydroxychloroquine and whatever the other additive is? And what if they took too much of a dosage? I mean, he's not taking fish tank cleaner, but they found it. Like, I read that people are starting to hoard that now, and they don't even know if it's the cure yet. People are saying that they're running trial tests on it, and they're not sure whether or not it's a cure. So again, people are rushing to act, and I think that's where the issue is. That's it. I'm not here to, like, you guys can say whatever you want. This is what this is for. This is what the conversation's for. That's all I'm saying. So, okay. All right. I just wanted to say my piece on that. That's it. Okay. Brian says push-ups, pull-ups, planks, jumping jacks, shadow box, squats, lunges, rinse and repeat until you're tired as hell. Here's a I know. I feel like I'm so lazy to do that. I took like a 3-mile walk today. And then I sprinted it was actually funny. I was walking today, and when I turned the corner, somebody was there, and it was actually when I turned that corner, I knew that's where I was going to turn around. But as I turned that corner and somebody was there, I turned back around. I kind of like was like, "Hey," and I turned around because I didn't want to be rude. But then I also felt like she thought I was running away from her because like I quickly turned around and I sprinted off. But yeah, I should look at doing these other things. I'm looking at shadow box. I can't shadow box for the life of me, I'm sure. But yeah, these are good things to try. That was a butthurt Trump fan. Just because Trump is quote trying to help doesn't mean he is. He claims things when they are not true. His administration disagrees with him all the time. Yeah, and like that's the thing is like I didn't want to turn this into a Trump thing. That's not what I was trying to do. Again, the whole point here was me trying to point out that it's important that as an influencer, as someone who is in a position of power, it is important that people convey just the right information. I don't know how to say. I don't know how many more times to say that. Right? Like, yeah, he took fish tank cleaner additive, whatever, but he took it because this was being touted the chemical or whatever, even though they were named the same. He took it right because he thought that was the cure or it's a possible cure, and he either acted because he was panicked or scared and just he needed something, which is what a lot of people are doing right now. And I think it's important that we kind of make sure that that message is clear to people because we don't know how people are going to act after they read what they see because it happens all the time. Think about the best way to the the best way I think I can even explain that is, do you remember when iOS came out for an upgrade or an update, and on iOS, or not it no, it was a prank, right? They were like hey, if I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but they said if you ran your phone underwater after you update your phone's going to be waterproof. And this was before it was IP certified. So they said, yeah, after you update your phone, then your phone will be waterproof. And people were putting their phones underwater, right? Or if you put your phone in the microwave, I can't remember. There were just it again. It's the power of influence, right? You see stuff on social media and you see it enough times and you're like, is that true? Is that real right now? And again, this is where accuracy of information is important. Okay. Uh moving on. Oh, yeah, so these were just things I was going to talk about here. But yeah, they were saying how hydroxychloroquine's effectiveness, they don't know if it's true yet. They don't know if it's the cure yet. What else did I have here? Yeah, malaria drug chloroquine is no better than regular coronavirus cure, the study finds. Again, these were things I was just going to point off, but I had my rant. I'm done talking about it. So, okay, let's talk about some tech stuff. So, this article from Android Central is called "Is the Galaxy's S20's Face Unlock Secure?" Uh, the best answer, like most Android phones you can buy today, the Galaxy S20 uses a software-based face unlock solution. It's secure, but it's not as secure as a biometric authentication system like the fingerprint reader. So quick answer, yeah, no, it's not. It's not as secure. Although if you use something like Face ID on an iPhone, like on a newer iPhone, that security is a lot higher than what you're going to get off of the S20's face unlock. The Galaxy S20 features a face unlock system that's identical on most Android phones. Facial recognition on the S20 relies on the front camera and software algorithms that match your facial features with a visual model that you create while setting up face unlock. The upside to this is that face unlock is nearly instantaneous. Just hold up the S20 to your face and your features are immediately authenticated. This has run true for some time with, you know, face unlock on other phones like my OnePlus, almost instantaneous. but not as secure. It's definitely faster than the fingerprint reader. The Galaxy S20 comes with an ultrasonic underscreen reader that takes over half a second to authenticate, and next to that, facial recognition feels incredibly fast. Unfortunately, there's a downside. Since Face Unlock is primarily software driven, it's not as secure as biometric authentication. There's no additional sensor providing depth data, and as such, it is possible for someone else to gain access to your phone with your facsimile. So when they say facsimile, does it mean if you print out a picture, it'll unlock? Or do you have to do that whole 3D model thing, which I feel like not many people are going to do? It's easy for facial recognition systems like the one on the S20. Okay, so it says here to be fooled by a photo. And if you're looking for a more secure authentication system, your best option is a fingerprint reader, which now makes me wonder, you can't unlock your banking app then, right? With the S20 using Face Unlock. Am I wrong in saying that? I don't think you can because it's not secure enough, which is a downside, but you have the fingerprint reader. But then again, I don't know how good the S20's fingerprint reader is because I've heard it hasn't, or it isn't as good as some of the other ones that have been out for some time. There are brands that offer secure Face Unlock, with Google making the switch with the Pixel 4 series. The Pixel 4 has 2 infrared cameras that take a detailed depth map of your facial features, and there's also a flood illuminator and dot projector that combine to create a 3D model of your face. Think of it this way. With a software-based model like the one on the Galaxy S20, you get a 2D model of your face that can be fooled by a photo. The Pixel 4 and the latest iPhones use custom hardware to create a 3D model, making their Face Unlock solutions just as secure as the fingerprint sensor. So if you're using Face Unlock on the Galaxy S20, know that it isn't as secure as a PIN or the fingerprint reader. It also confuses me here, though, because even though the Pixel 4 is saying, or it's saying that the Pixel 4 is as secure, right? They still haven't fixed the issues with closing your eyes, or that if you use a Pixel 4, if you close your eyes, it can still unlock your phone with Face Unlock. So right off the bat, just by that instance, it's not as secure. So until they fix that, yes, there's depth data and that's great, but I don't think it's still not, I mean, right off, again, like the proof is in the pudding there. You can close your eyes, it can still unlock the phone. So it's not as secure. Plus, you still can't use it for banking apps. Can't use it. I couldn't use it on Chase. I couldn't use it on Capital One, which is one of the reasons I kept using it. Just one of the reasons I just kept using my iPhone 11 Pro. So until they fix that, and who knows when they will. I know that there was an article saying that they were looking into updating the Pixel 4 so that it would correct the whole, Face Unlock system. But whenever that happens, who knows? So, okay, let's see here. Brian says no treatment or test is foolproof. People need to check their expectations. Very true. Thanks for recommending Telegram 6. I started using it yesterday. Yeah, it's great. No problem. The best messaging app I've used. Agreed. Okay, so this next article is from the Next Web. Oh shit! Sorry, didn't mean to click my space bar. This article from the Next Web says algorithm researcher says lying on YouTube is still a profitable business. I haven't read this yet, so let's see what this is about. Obviously, I pulled this because I do YouTube and it was of interest to me. So TNW Answers is a live Q&A platform, blah, blah, blah. YouTube, which has more than 1 billion users who watch over 1 billion hours of content per day, shows us limited data on the videos uploaded to the site, including its number of views, likes, and dislikes. But the video streaming site hides more in-depth stats about each video, like how often it recommends a video to other people. Giami, I'm totally butchering that name. Chaslot is working to change this. A computer programmer and ex-YouTube insider, Chaslot previously worked on recommendations at YouTube and is now the founder of Algo Transparency, a project fighting to bring more transparency to how people find videos on YouTube. Interesting. Earlier this week, Chaslot hosted a TNW answer session where he explained the importance of comparing algorithms, YouTube's responsibility in recommending videos, and limiting the amount of conspiracy theories about the coronavirus. So, this is really interesting to me because I feel like lately I took almost about a year off of YouTube and I still can't be found in the algorithm at all, or at least I don't think I am. My numbers just don't show that. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not making the right content, but I don't really care because I'm just making the content that I find interesting for me. YouTube's recommended videos appear in the quote up next list on the right of the screen, and they'll also play automatically when you've got autoplay enabled. According to Chaslot, these are the videos you should be wary of. Hmm. Last year, Chaslot told TNW, it isn't inherently awful that YouTube uses AI to recommend videos for you because if the AI is well tuned, it can help you get what you want. This would be amazing. But the problem is that the AI isn't built to help you get what you want. It's built to get you addicted to YouTube. Recommendations were designed to waste your time. So this is something that I was already pretty aware of, right? Um, it's the reason that YouTube kind of has a lot of these. Well, I don't know. I'm maybe I'm guessing it here, but when people make clickbaity titles, clickbait thumbnails, uh, I don't know. I just feel like that's I don't know. I'm trying, like in my head, I'm trying to process how that works because obviously you see a clickbait title, you want to click on it. I mean, that's why it's called clickbait, or a thumbnail, and that drives the views, and yeah. It doesn't take many clicks and searches to find yourself in a YouTube rabbit hole with a sense of being, quote, algorithmically guided and manipulated. On YouTube, you have this feeling of zoom in into a particular topic, Chaslet said, but you can have algorithms that zoom out and make you discover new things, and it's pretty easy to implement. I did it at Google. It's just that those algorithms are not as efficient with watch time. Hmm. YouTube's business model relies heavily on ads and watch time to generate revenue. It's as simple as that. Chaslot argued that YouTube doesn't prioritize the user's interests by saying YouTube tries to understand what's best for the advertisers and pretend that it's also best for the users. By asking users what they really want from the platform, the user experience would improve, says Chaslot, which is great. But yeah, it looks like again, everything is run by money. So recommended radicalization, misinformation, and problematic content. Hey, misinformation. Here's a good tidbit. The news org I work with, we get demonetized for so many of our videos, right? Because we talk about things that some people might say sound conspiratorial, when a lot of it is just us trying to speak the truth about big corporations, or money being taken away from people, or people being cheated out of stuff, and when or whistleblowers. And when we talk about things like that, like automatically gets demonetized. And all we're trying to do is just put accurate messages out there to people. Again, it's us trying to kind of change what misinformation is going out right now. Chaslot argued that highlighting YouTube algorithm incentives, for example, watch time doesn't equal equality or equal quality, should prove its negative effect on our society. If YouTube was filled with only funny cat videos, how it generates its up next videos wouldn't be a cause for concern. But as people rely on YouTube for information and news consumption, Chaslot worries recommendations will edge people further to extremes, whether they're seeking it out or not. This worry is also applicable to platforms like TikTok. The problem is not user generated content. Wikipedia is using it. The problem is when algorithms decide who gets amplified and who doesn't, Chaslot said. TikTok has many potential issues, especially with censorship. Think about this. Our kids are slowly learning that they shouldn't criticize the Chinese government, not because they get threatened, but because when they do, their posts don't get traction. Meanwhile, the Chinese government is pushing the narrative that the coronavirus comes from the US. Again, so that's the thing I was talking about earlier, really, with misinformation. Is a lot of this is more, maybe they're not straight up lying to you, but they're forming a narrative to get you to think a certain way. Again, when we post something on our news org about when we post stuff about whistleblowing, right? When we talk about like war crimes in the US, a lot of those times those fall at the very bottom of our algorithm. They get the least views because it's not ad suitable, so they're not going to promote it at all. Platform or publisher. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube have long had a simple answer to anyone who disapproved of what their users were up to. They're platforms and not publishers. They claim to be merely tools that serve for free expression and not publishers who take responsibility for the content they distribute. Last year, YouTube announced it was taking a tougher stance towards videos with supremacist content, which included limiting recommendations and features like comments and the ability to share the video. According to the platform, this step reduced views to these videos on average 80%. So this is a weird thing too. It's one of the reasons I don't fuck with people putting comments down or saying whatever they want to say, because free speech, man. Like, preach it, say what you got to say, because I'm gonna say what I want to say too. I don't. I have a hard time when people want to say what they want to say, even if they want to hide behind a keyboard and be a keyboard warrior. Hey man, more power to you. You want to talk shit? Talk shit. I mean, I'm the one in front of the computer, right? I'm the one, or in front of a camera. So you want to talk shit to me? That's fine. You want to do it behind a screen? Hey man, whatever. Thanks to these changes, there was little fake news about the coronavirus in English, which is a radical change. A few years ago, the YouTube algorithm was blasting anti-vax conspiracy by the hundreds of millions, but there are still many issues, Chaslat said. In France, which is in full confinement, the one guy who said the virus was, quote, man-made, got nearly 1 million views in a few days. So yeah, obviously this is an issue. This is a bigger, and again, this is kind of why I try to sit here and talk about accuracy and try to like, how do we fix this issue? I just feel like when you start pulling stuff away, I don't know. It's a very layered thing that like kind of gives me a headache. It's kind of why I wish I had my team here to ask like, hey, how do we fix this? But I don't know. This guy doubled the total number of views of his channel and quadrupled his followers, or something in that order. So lying on YouTube is still a profitable business. Currently, Chaslot believes platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Google's harness AI technology to exploit our human weaknesses. However, he's more optimistic about the future. AIs will help people achieve their full potential. Hey, yeah, it's actually funny. Daniel's here. Let's see. Hey, Will, what's going on? Sorry, I'm like, I didn't realize there was more chat up here. Daniel says, back with another episode of hashtag IT, interesting tech with Jerome. Are you changing the name of my channel, man? Just jumped off hashtag YOLO 420 TNT tech. Shut up, Daniel. Yeah, again, this is a I don't know how you fix this issue. This is something that is again very layered here. Daniel says the problem is inherent in the system itself, which supports and props up people that makes claims that spread faster than can be corrected. Yeah, I don't. Maybe this is something we can talk about later, because you weren't here earlier, Daniel, but I was kind of going off on the video I had yesterday about misinformation and the guy who took that fish additive chloroquine because Trump was talking about how chloroquine is the cure for coronavirus. And when I clipped that video, people were just like, do you hate Trump support? And it's like, no, man, that's not what I was saying. Anyway, I'm done talking about that. So let's move on. Sony's, okay, so this article is from The Verge. Sony's WH-1000 XM3 wireless headphones are nearly $100 off at Amazon. So I think I heard someone talk about this yesterday on stream, and a lot of people have been telling me that this set of headphones are probably one of the best wireless ones you can buy. I've never used them. If any of you guys have in the chat, let me know. But yeah, $100 off. I don't know if that's a deal for you guys. or someone who's looking for a set, but it's possible that noise canceling headphones suddenly ended up on your wish list due to the extended self quarantine period many of us are experiencing around the world. If that's the case for you, we're finding good deals every day on some of our favorite models. Today's deal is on the Sony WH-1000XM3, which are easily among the best headphones you can currently purchase. Instead of their usual $350 price, which is still pretty expensive, Amazon is selling them for $255. These rank highly in our buying guide that focuses on the best wireless headphones. The best. They have excellent sound, efficient noise cancellation, long battery life, and they charge via USB-C. However, their touch controls can be finicky if you're out in extreme cold temperatures. Also, they can't pair simultaneously to two Bluetooth sources. It's one or the other. Well, that's kind of a shame because, I carry two phones usually with me, and like I have my AirPods Pro, right? AirPods Pro, and I use them with my iPhone, but I can also use them with my Pixel 4. So I don't know. If that's no bother, then you won't mind these flaws. Well, wait, they can't pair simultaneously? I mean, they're both pair. I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like, why would you use them both at the same? Okay, never mind. Why am I talking about Doom here? Is this a different? Oh, these are different deals. Yeah, so I haven't used these things. So Daniel says here, bamboozling Trump isn't the highest accomplishment I could think of. Getting a small child to want to eat vegetables might beat that. Will says he took chloroquine for aquariums. Must have been. Guys, let's I'm not trying to bash Trump here. I'm just don't sell the whole America short. Okay, guys. Yeah. So WH-1000XM3 wireless headphones. I'm trying to stay on topic. Okay, so this is actually something that I've been pretty interested in, especially because with this whole pandemic going on, a lot of people aren't working. A lot of people are working from home. So less people are driving, less factories are open. And I'm like almost every day looking things up about pollution and coronavirus. So it says here coronavirus has slashed global air pollution. This interactive map shows how. Okay, this is an internet. Okay, so January 20. So Chicago. I'm looking at Chicago first, but you can see here New York, here LA. I'm hoping they're going to show the other ones here. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the world, grinding to a halt increasingly large geographic areas and portions of the economy in an effort to slow the virus spread. The impacts have been profound on the ground, but government-mandated lockdowns have also remade the atmosphere. Satellite data from China, the first epicenter of the outbreak, and Italy, the second hotspot, have shown big drops in pollution following lockdowns that limited the movement of people and goods and factories' ability to produce stuff. With the pandemic now becoming increasingly prevalent in the US, Americans have already started moving less as mayors and governors have turned to similar measures. In an effort to track the impacts, Earther assembled an interactive map. Is this clickable to... Oh, cool. So, okay, so this is from 2019 of December for 2020. So can I pick now? Huh. Yeah, less pollution. Okay, I'm done. It's not as... Wait, can I go to other parts of the world? Oh, I can. Shit. Oh, dude, look at that. That's crazy. Okay, so wow. That's still a lot of pollution, even for March 20. Jesus. Look at how much less pollution. Australia? Yeah, less pollution, guys. Okay. Now I'm done. In an effort to track the impacts, Earther assembled an interactive map to explore the changes in air pollution, and not just in the US, but globally. The map runs on Google Earth Engine and uses data collected by the European Space Agency's Sentinel-5P satellite, which circles the Earth capturing various types of data. It includes 4 snapshots from December 2019 through March 2020. The Sentinel satellite data shows nitrogen dioxide, which is a handy proxy for human activity. It's produced by fossil fuel burning and therefore often used as an urban pollution tracer. Hmm. Burning fossil fuels directly emits a lot of nitric oxide and a little nitrogen dioxide, often referred to as NOx together, but the nitric oxide is rapidly converted into nitrogen dioxide in the atmosphere. Nitrogen dioxide can easily be measured by the satellite. Given that fossil fuels power everything from cars to electricity, nitrogen dioxide satellite, that's such a hard word to say, phrase, nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen. Sorry. There are clear signs of the virus impact all around the world, and we'll dive into some US examples below. But it's also important to note a few small caveats as you scroll around the map and look at the before and after images. The data presented here is a series of single day snapshots. Weather patterns can blow pollution around and disperse it, while rain and even the level of sunshine can further change readings taken by Sentinel 5P. Okay. So it's not perfect. There are natural sources of nitrogen dioxide that can affect readings. The data in Google Earth Engine isn't necessarily quality filtered. Okay, so the rapid decrease we see in nitrogen dioxide due to COVID-19 is unprecedented. We are now witnessing a global experiment where one emission source is rapidly turned down, NOx, while other sources are still up or will decrease more slowly. A lot of atmospheric science will come out of this. I mean, it's obvious, right? There's less pollution. There's more in Denver. What's going on in Denver? What are you guys doing? California became the first state in the U.S. to issue a shelter-in-place order effective on March 19th. The resulting drop in pollution from January to March in the state's major metro areas is stark. Los Angeles is a huge source of pollution owing to its car culture, and the city's precipitous drop in pollution is clear. The impacts extended across the border as well. Tijuana, which is intimately linked to San Diego, saw pollution dissipate to practically nothing. Yeah. Okay. The Northeast corridor, I'm not going to read through all of this. We kind of saw all this too. See, Chicago, ain't shit happening here right now. The data here is a bit noisier, but some clear trends are apparent. Car-centric Detroit has a big dip in pollution. Yep. Sprawling Chicago's pollution also disappears. One odd blip is a hot spot of pollution in Kansas near Emporia. That could be one of the data artifacts Dix mentioned, or nitrogen dioxide emissions, possibly tied to fires that burn through the state's grasslands each spring. So, yeah, you can see Monterey, Dallas, Houston. Okay. Interesting. I just want to see how this, I guess for me, I want to see how this impact. I mean, obviously, with coronavirus or COVID-19, there's going to be, the death toll, right? Like, it's something that I keep track of just because I can't help myself. And that number rises every day, every time I check on it. I also wonder how lives are going to get affected with pollution, right? There's just so many different ways that this is going to go. And so it's not just one way, right? Like, there's pollution, there's the coronavirus, there's the economics of people like losing their jobs, can't afford healthcare, they die that way. There's just a lot of things to look at. I'm just really interested in how the whole pollution thing plays out with it. So, oh, guys, you guys have been talking a lot in chat. I don't know if I'm going to read all this right now. Let's see. Daniel. Congratulations, everyone. We solved climate change. All we had to do is destroy the economy and let millions of people die. Or as a certain lieutenant governor said, good business. If you guys don't know Daniel, you can hear Daniel speak every day, every weekday on our channel at Hard Lens Media. Daniel always has a different insight about people dying. We had someone send a super chat yesterday, and she was pretty I won't say upset, but she was just like, Daniel just, he doesn't care if people die. And I mean, that's not the case. Daniel is just, the way that I like to put it is, Daniel is a realist. He kind of sees through the bullshit, and he doesn't sugarcoat stuff, and he kind of just tells you like it is. So, um, okay. So anyway, I'll read through these later, guys. So I'm glad that you guys are talking in the chat. Okay, so let's move on. Actually, I was talking to Daniel about this earlier, but I have this article here from the Next Web. Bezos dumped 3.4 billion in Amazon shares just before coronavirus tanked the stock market. Is that surprising? Is that surprising for this guy here that he's going to dump all his stock before coronavirus really took its impact? I'm not surprised. I don't know if you guys are, but it doesn't surprise me. In news that should In news that should hardly surprise anyone, those in charge of the US biggest companies dumped billions of dollars worth of shares on the stock market just before it crashed. Top execs of public US companies sold roughly 9.2 billion worth of shares in their own companies between the start of February and the end of last week, Wall Street Journal reports, because Bezos is apparently a disgusting human being. Thousands of insiders reportedly made similar moves. We just talked about Bezos yesterday, and his company, they're actively asking for donations for their workers. So for this guy who doesn't even pay his employees properly, where people are still going on food stamps because they're not making enough, he's asking us to donate to his company to provide relief for them. Like, I don't really have much to say about that. Thousands of insiders reportedly made similar moves. Yeah, he wasn't the only guy that's done this. There were a lot of politicians who dumped their stocks, right? Because they knew they were going to lose money if they didn't, because they knew this was going to tank the market. Are they going to get in trouble for it? I don't see anything about Bezos going to jail for it, right? Like, I don't know. We incarcerate people for the smallest of crimes, but this is okay. Billions of dollars, millions of dollars, whatever. That's cool. I don't know. Um, Thousands of insiders reportedly made similar moves. More than 150 executives and officers each sold at least 1 million in company stock during February and March, after selling no stock at all in the previous year. These numbers come with no accusations of insider trading, aside from those levied against Republican Senator Richard Barr. None made more than Amazon's Jeff Bezos. He unloaded 3.4 billion in Amazon shares just before the stock market peaked in mid-February. Found the Wall Street Journal, accounting for more than a third of all shares sold by top execs. But he's cool, right? Because Amazon Prime, and you get to watch, I don't know, whatever shit they put on Prime Video. I don't know, man. Bezos reportedly sold more shares in the first week of February than in the entire previous 12 months. That's not a red flag. That doesn't smell fishy at all. At all. If Bezos, whose net worth is estimated at around 110 billion, had have held onto those Amazon shares until Monday, he reportedly would have been facing losses of 317 million, at least on paper. I don't know. I have a feeling people are going to see this when I clip it, and they're going to be like, well, he's just smart. He saw it coming. He saw it. I don't know, man. I just don't trust people with this much money. Um, they don't fucking help people, and I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way, and like I sometimes I just don't have words for it. In other words, Bezos sold the top in a big way. Shortly after its February 19th peak, the S&P 500 index suffered its fastest 30% sell-off in history, reportedly exceeding declines felt during the Great Depression. This last sentence is the best. Go him. Go him. Okay. Let me see. You guys are talking so much now. Let's see. Six says Jerome introduced Daniel to 267. I don't think he cares. Brian says Daniel for president. Cut the bullshit. 267 is VP. Oh, God damn it, Gary. You just tell it like it is too. Hey Gary, what's going on, man? How's it going? I know a guy who did 4 years in jail for stealing an ice cream sandwich. He should have committed a white collar crime. Yeah, right? Right? I mean, this is perfect. Um, it's just funny that like these guys get away with it, and then people who are getting incarcerated for like weed or for I don't know, man. It makes me sick. It really does. I don't know. Okay. You want good news, guys. Here's some good news. Pornhub. Pornhub's premium goes free worldwide to cure your lockdown blues. This article from the Next Web. Did you guys know this? Because if you didn't, you're welcome. After offering free subscriptions in Italy, Spain, and France, adult entertainment site Pornhub is making its subscription free for everyone across the world with a view to help to flatten the curve amid lockdowns around the world. Thank you, Pornhub. The company, this as soon as I clip this video is going to get demonetized like immediately. The company said it's extending the free Pornhub premium support, which unlocks select content to everyone across the world until April 23rd. This tweet from Pornhub says, "Stay home and help flatten the curve. Since COVID-19 continues to impact us all, Pornhub has decided to extend free Pornhub premium worldwide until April 23rd. So enjoy." Stay home and stay safe. In a statement, Corey Price, vice president of Pornhub, said the company wanted to provide a way for people to pass the time under lockdown. By pass the time, he means 2 minutes or less. With nearly 1 billion people in lockdown across the world because of the coronavirus pandemic, it's important that we lend a hand and provide them with an enjoyable way to pass the time. We hope by expanding our offer of free Pornhub Premium worldwide, people have an extra incentive to stay home and flatten the curve. The adult entertainment firm is also donating 85% of its video sales to performers who had to stop working due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I mean, thank you, Pornhub. Like these are great things you're doing for everybody. I mean, and your workers. So thank you. That's it. Uh let's see. Javier. Hey, Javier, welcome to the chat. Also, Gary, welcome to the chat. Whoever I said didn't welcome, guys. Please tell me Bad News Brown is an homage to the master of the ghetto blaster from the WWF. Brian says, LOL, indoor blues, huh? Carrie, all that Pornhub, watch somebody lose an eye. So that's why 6. So that's why people have been hoarding toilet paper. Oh my God. Okay. All right. That's the Pornhub story for today. Daniel, I have the feeling that Pornhub would view offshore accounts as too sleazy for their taste. Yeah, there you go. Okay, guys. Okay, so this article from Mashable says, how fast does your internet need to be to survive quarantine life? I haven't read this yet, and actually I thought it'd be a little interesting to kind of go over this. Actually, Daniel knows this. We have someone on our team who is not the most tech savvy, and now that we're all working from home, his connection was kind of lagging here and there. So I asked him to do a speed test, and he ended up having internet that was 18 down, so 18 megabits down and 2 up, 2 megabits up. And I was like, hey, you should probably take a look at your internet and get it upgraded. And the thing is, so he has AT&T, and the price he was paying, there was already an upgraded tier for the same price, but because he never called about it and never did anything about it, they just grandfathered that old plan in. So he's supposedly getting upgraded this weekend, and then he's a little nervous though because he doesn't know if they have to come in the house because he's a little worried about coronavirus, which I don't blame him. But yeah, he has 18 down and 2 up, and I don't know how his life is in quarantine, but it'll be better if they upgrade. And if he sees this and he sees that Pornhub Premium is now free. Okay. So this article from Mashable says, thanks to the novel coronavirus, we're at a pivotal moment in the history of the internet. People need it more than ever because they're stuck at home, but it might not be fast enough to meet everyone's daily needs. Multiple studies released over the past week have shown that home internet is slowing down in parts of the US. In some cases, adequate internet isn't available at all, which is also why I think YouTube has pushed all of their videos to show at 480p. I mean, you could still, I think, change it to 1080 or whatever higher resolution, but you have to do that every time you select the video, I think. I haven't tried. I haven't even noticed, to be honest with you. We don't know what your personal internet situation is, but we do know roughly how much speed you need to do common tasks. Below is a rundown of how fast your internet should be in order to do things like stream videos, play online multiplayer games, and work remotely. All you have to do is test your internet to go to speed test, which we must disclose is owned by Mashable's parent company, J2. For most cases, the download speed measured in megabits per second, or Mbps, is the golden number. That's the rate at which your network can bring data to you. So like for me right now, my speed is, I actually have 600 down. I upgraded when I knew I was going to be here like indefinitely. So I have 600 down and 20 up, which is pretty good. And I think I'm paying, what did I get it at? 98 or something a month, which isn't bad because there are multiple people here. So it's to make sure all of us are working from home. So basic web browsing and work tasks. If you're able to work remotely during our de facto quarantine, your daily routine is probably going to involve lots of emailing, slacking, and maybe video calling. Okay, I'm just looking to see what they say here. Some basic guidelines for things like this, and they recommend a minimum of 1 to 5 megabits per second for web browsing and checking your email. You might not have the best time doing either of those things. Yeah, I would recommend something a little higher, but you should be able to get things done eventually. I mean, they're right. At the risk of editorializing, in my experience, it's tough to accomplish much of anything if your download speed isn't at least 10 megabits per second, which also I agree. Other factors can come into play here as well. Your Wi-Fi signal strength might not be able to deliver ideal speeds. Yeah. So your Wi-Fi might not even be as good then as being wired. So if you are working from home and you're having some kind of internet issues, think about going wired if you can. I mean, I literally just have I think a 25-foot cable like hooked up to the router or a switch that I bought recently over there. I'm not showing you guys that because it doesn't matter. So it says here, each service has its own. So we're talking about streaming movies and TV shows, and so they're recommending at least 15 to 25 megabits down. Coincidentally, that's about the range Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu recommend for 4K content. Hulu says 16 megabits is required, while Netflix and Hulu suggest 25. I mean, hopefully you guys are able to get at least 10. And then if you do want to stream like HD, yeah, I would recommend anything higher than, I mean, I don't know, 20. That's the thing. So if you're streaming, I still think you should go higher than 25 because most people aren't just streaming. People are streaming, they're also like going online, or if you have somebody else in the house, you might want to up it a little bit more. And I think in the US, most places are offering at least 100 for their basic plans now, or even 200. So it's not bad. But I will say the one thing that you should keep in mind is data caps. So a lot of these companies like Comcast or Xfinity, they have a data cap of 1 terabyte, which might be enough if it's just you. But if there are a lot of people who are streaming at the same time or watching streaming videos, and like if you're just home from school and you're not doing anything and you're literally just binge watching and maybe somebody else is too, you might want to ask if there are any data caps. So do that. This is what I'm trying to say. If you're trying to upgrade your internet, ask what the download speed is, but also ask if there's a data cap attached to it. And if there is, how much is that data cap? How much data will they allow you before they charge you more money? And if you think you're going to go over that, then ask how much it costs to release that data cap. I think some companies are charging an extra $50 a month or something if you want to go unlimited. So again, it really just depends on what works for you. So online gaming here says 40 to 50 megabits per second. Okay. Uploading videos. So uploading videos requires a higher upstream, not a down, not a download stream. Um, does it have any speeds here? It doesn't. It'll help to have double digit upload speeds for sure. But a number lower than that can still work for you. Yeah, that's the thing. So you could have a slower upload speed, but it'll take longer to upload a video. But if you are streaming, you might want something. I would recommend something at least in the double digits. But again, we have somebody on our team right now that has two upload, and he's actually streaming okay. I can't believe he has two megabits per second up. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Let me see. Daniel says also there's a lot of porn I'm seeing. Also shout out to Pornhub taking care of their employees better than the richest man in the world. That's so true. His porn is probably very slow. Brian says nothing worse than buffering. Okay. All right, guys, moving on. This article from the Next Web says, I'm so bored. I got excited about installing the iOS 13.4 update. This is what my life has come to. I'll be honest with you. So the iPhone 11 Pro is my daily driver, and I have the update and I haven't updated it yet. And I don't even know what's really on it. That kind of shows how much I care at this point about it. It shows the state I'm currently in. That when I saw the iOS 13.4 update on the iPhone this morning, I did a little fist bump in bed. Am I proud? No. But if I'm going to survive this lockdown, I need to take the little victories where I can. But yeah, Apple's iOS 13.4 update is here, so go download it, I guess. It's not like there's anything better to do. What's that? Yeah, you're right. It's not just iPhones that are getting this update. A raft of Apple devices have received updates today, the most glorious of days. The 13.4 update was delivered to tvOS, iPadOS, and iOS devices, while your Apple computer would have received macOS. Okay, I just want to know what's in this update. So there's something in depth here, but scroll down past the rumor. For the lazy people who can't be arsed to click, I feel you. I like this guy's way of writing. It feels very similar to how I'd write. Ready? Are you sure? Great. iPad trackpad and cursor support, pretty self-explanatory. Okay, universal app purchases. The iOS 13.4 update now means you can buy a single app, and if the developers choose to enable this feature, it can appear on all your supported devices. Great. iCloud folder sharing. You're now able to share specific folders with people using iCloud. I don't really use iCloud. There are some other features like car key support, but the above three will be the ones you, the user, will notice the most. Great. FYI, there's not much to go into this. I don't really care about it either. Here's the thing. He got excited because he was so bored, but this doesn't even excite me, not in the slightest. So, okay, next article. This article from CNBC, which is not an article or a site I usually go to, but this popped up, and why did I pull this up? Oh, yeah, this isn't really something I was going to talk about. I think I only pulled this up because I heard the UK was talking about doing a 6-month lockdown, which is crazy because 6 months is a long time. But just FYI, so UK is talking about a 6-month lockdown, but the US, Trump is saying that he wants businesses to be open by Easter. And I'm not saying that he wants to open it by Easter because he thinks everyone's going to be healthy by then, but I think a big reason he wants everybody back to work by Easter is because our economy is like fucking crashing. And it's a weird place to be in, because I don't want like my family who's working right now or who's not working to go back to work by Easter if this shit is still spreading, right? But for a lot of people, they're looking at money over life and death. So, but if Daniel's still here, Daniel will also make the point that after the economy tanks, people are going to die. So, good news. Good news. That's it. I'm not going to stick on this story. I'm leaving it there. Oh yeah, that's why I had it. So Apple's hoping to start reopening stores in the first half of April, which is also kind of timetable for Easter. A month ago, Apple closed all of its retail stores outside of China due to the coronavirus outbreak. Now, according to a Bloomberg report, the company is looking to start reopening them in the first half of April. Bloomberg quotes an internal memo Apple has sent to its staff saying that the stores will be reopened on a staggered basis. At this time, we anticipate some stores may be able to open in the first half of April, depending on the conditions in their community. Um, the memo also reportedly told employees that the company's work from home arrangements will be extended through at least April 5th. Apple originally said its stores outside of China will remain closed until March 27th, but that date now seems impossible as the spread of COVID 19, the disease caused by the virus, has worsened in most places where Apple has stores. Even the tentative first half of April timeline sounds optimistic for most markets. I don't really think this is something that's going to be happening, honestly. In many other countries where Apple has a strong presence, such as Australia, Austria, Canada, France, Germany, Spain, Switzerland, and the UK, the outbreak has been worsening as well. COVID-19. Okay. So, yeah, they're talking about opening it in the first half of April, but I don't think so. Okay. Last article. And this is actually something that I might look into. Although I don't know how companies feel about me now because I just shit on phones all day. So, here's how to sign up for a chance to review the OnePlus 8 before it launches. Apply for, quote, the lab to get a chance to review the OnePlus 8 before it hits the shelves. So, let's see how this works. I don't know when the OnePlus 8, I don't know when the OnePlus 8 is expected to launch, but so OnePlus has opened up applications for a chance to review the OnePlus 8 before it launches. All you have to do is submit your personal info and a sample review for a chance to join, quote, the lab. 10 applicants will be chosen to receive the OnePlus 8 ahead of the launch and required to create a review in order to keep the device. So 10 people. So it's going to be MKBHD. It's going to be, I just feel like it's just going to be the big YouTubers, unless they've already been given the phones, which I'm assuming they have. So maybe 10 up and coming tech YouTubers. I don't know. For several years now, OnePlus has offered mobile tech enthusiasts a shot at reviewing its latest phones before they're released. The initiative is known as, quote, the lab, and signups for the OnePlus 8 have recently opened up. It works like this. Until April 1st, 2020, you have the chance to apply for a spot in the lab. Everyone's encouraged to apply, whether you're a OnePlus user or not. However, 6 out of 10 of the slots are reserved for OnePlus community members, and you must be a member before the promotion was announced to meet that requirement. Applicants will be required to provide personal information along with a sample review of your current smartphone. Applications that include creative answers, photos, and videos will have a higher chance of being selected by the judges. I also think that you can't bash on the phone if there's something that you don't particularly like. So I don't know. I feel like I'm already out of this running. On April 2, 2020, 10 reviewers will be announced and sent the new OnePlus 8 smartphone ahead of the official launch. Winners will then be required to prepare an unbiased review. My question is, how unbiased is this really? In time for it to go live after the OnePlus 8 has been announced. Once the reviews go up, OnePlus will evaluate them, and if you followed all the guidelines, you'll be able to keep the phone. OnePlus will even send you a custom-made the lab phone case. If it's determined you didn't meet the requirements, then you'll have to return the phone within 1 month. So what are you waiting for? Use the sign-up form now for a chance to be one of the first to get your hands on the OnePlus 8 and share your thoughts about it. I just want to look at this. That's weird. They don't have their own. They're using it's like using a Google Sheets form. These are how like they do scams. Okay, so yeah, maybe I'll look at this a little later. This is just a weird way to have, it's not even from the OnePlus website. Why does that look really shady? Anyway, that's such a weird sign up form, is it not? It doesn't look official at all. This is like one of these scams where it's like, enter your info, now your social security number, now your bank routing and checking number. Okay. Anyway, that's it, guys. Those are my stories for today. I'm looking at the chat. Let's see. Please send us your applications about how well you're going to move your phones and base your responses. We will. Okay. That's it. That's it for today, guys. I'm actually going to take some time. I might take like a little 1 hour break here, but I'm actually going to take these stories and kind of chop them up and then make separate stories to post later. So if you guys see an influx of videos, that's just me uploading stuff from the stream. So again, thank you guys for joining today. For the time being, just an FYI, I will be streaming indefinitely, daily, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Catch me here at youtube.com/phone Jerome. You guys already know that. Guys, thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for the support. Again, you guys can find me on Instagram at Phone Jerome. You can find me on Twitter at Phone Jerome. You can also check me out on Patreon, patreon.com/Jerome Ortega. I have been doing daily videos there where I just talk about, I guess, what's going on for the day. That's something for like a patron perk. So feel free to check that out if you'd like. It's a great way to support me. I know times are tough, especially for everyone. So I totally understand, if things are tight, but just coming to the stream, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff helps out. So appreciate it. Daniel says, catch me outside. How about that? How about that? And then again, I will be streaming actually later this evening at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern with Daniel and our Hard Lens Media crew. So you can catch us there too. It's a more political version. So I don't do as much talking. I kind of just nod my head and like, yeah, I do have a point here and there sometimes. But yeah, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern on Hard Lens. Brian with a $2 super chat. Pornhub fun. Wait, yeah, it's free. I'll keep it for when premium goes away. So, Brian, thanks for the support, man. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, again, appreciate you guys coming. Brian, I always have to give you a specific shout out because you're always in the comments and you're always here to support, and I appreciate that. And if I ever make it big, man, I'll be like, Brian was always there, because you really have been since I've been back. So thanks, man. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Check me here. That's all I got. So ending broadcast now.